Hello guys, today I'm here to share with y'all 6 new lesbian movies that I will highly recommend you all to watch for this year of 2026. These are new releases and I will highly recommend staying tuned. But before we get into further details, please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. So first we're gonna start off with La Tour de Glace. The relationship between the two main female characters features elements of intense obsession and physical intimacy set in 1970s, in this case in France, on an orphan, basically an orphan who runs away from her foster home. She takes refuge on a movie set where an adaptation of Hans Christian is actually being filmed. Jean lies about her identity to work as an extra and becomes deeply obsessed with Christina at the glamorous, who's actually a very glamorous but unhappy diva. Christina takes Jean under her wing and basically shows her everything she needs to know regarding, this new scenario and this new life that she's living, sparking a toxic mutual fascination between the two women that later on turns into something way more complex than what they thought it would be at the beginning, because like I said, it basically sparks a toxic mutual fascination between the two. Yes, this movie, if I'm not mistaken, is already released on a couple of platforms. So if you guys want to watch it, I will highly recommend it, and hopefully I will be doing a review very soon. And then moving forward, we have one of my personal favorites that I'm very excited for, Talvez. It is a Spanish drama film released in July 2026. The film features a journey between memory and desire. It basically resembles the real and secret relationship that existed between artist Benito and the poet Natalia, exploring the limitations of freedom and basically everything they had to live in the era in order to live their, romance secretly. It is set in 1968. In this case, circle star Benito decides to retire and hires Natalia to write, her, memories. A deep and intense emotional connection developed between them while, they remain to keep their relationship professional. Things don't go, according to plan, because we can basically see that, although time goes by, the letters of decades ago reveals that they definitely were more than just a professional relationship, and things between the two was very passionate and they definitely were in love with one another. Then moving forward, we have La Fille de un Féminin. The story follows Gabriele, a 55-year-old fiercely dedicated reconstruction surgeon who was tidying controlled every fact of her demanding life. She basically ends into a romance, who unfolds throughout the specific narrative beats. Frida is a charismatic novelist, arrives at the public hospital to show Gabriele and research a new book. As Frida observes Gabriele's high-stakes surgical work, she becomes deeply captivated by her. Frida boldly, initiates expressing her desire to see Gabriele away from her medical environment. But on the other hand, it actually ends up being a little bit more complicated because Gabriele is, experiencing severe friction with her partner Henry. So yes, we look like we might have getting a love triangle situation, because it looks like in this case, Gabriele, she's not very happy, but she also cannot move away from this relationship. Now she meets somebody who's also dealing with a lot, and things get super complicated. And then moving forward, we have Here in London. The movie follows Olivia. Yes, Olivia is a sheltered fashion student from southern Italy who moves to London. She navigates fast-paced British fashion world and forms an intense, intimate bond with her brilliant established mentor Nina. After surviving a robbery together, an incident that they had to face together, their professional relationship transforms into a forbidden romance. They are forced to navigate boundaries of their ambition and personal life while still keeping things professional. Olive's husband, in this case fiance, is back in Italy, and a love they are afraid to name. Yes, so basically, like I said, things get complicated because one of them has a fiance. The fiance was out of town. They made this connection. Now the fiance is back in town, and now you have this new feeling for somebody that you're supposed just to have a professional relationship with, but now you guys are starting to have feelings for one another. So now you guys are questioning things, but you also don't want to ruin what you guys have going on a professional level. So now you two have to navigate and to figure out what is the best route to go so that you guys don't destroy what you guys are building on a professional level, and also possibly not ending things in on bad terms, and figuring out if you guys are meant to be, or should you guys just leave things, where it is at. Definitely a review will be coming soon. I'm very excited to watch this movie, so stay tuned. Stay tuned for a review. Then moving forward, I Fell, It's Fine. The story follows Annie, a loved and highly disciplined owner of a wellness resort. Following the painful collapse of her marriage, Anne has built a massive emotional wall to keep herself detached and in control. Everything changes when she meets Chicks, a mysteriously free-spirited and seemingly woman leading crashes into her life, and Chicks pushes Annie to fear hidden vulnerabilities and memories she has spent years running away from. Their unique and electric connection deepens into love. Annie is forced to decide between safe emotional detachment and also, in this case, figuring out that maybe you should just give yourself a second chance and not be so hard and let people in. Yes, this one I actually just found out about it while I was doing this list, so I cannot give you guys a lot of details on it. But what I could see, according to a couple of clips that I've watched here and there, it looked like they might be there. Would they get married or something like that? I don't want to confirm, but that's kind of what I have been seeing. So it looks like they do have a happy ending, and that is another reason why I just had to include them on the list. And obviously, they have a happy ending, and I love, 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 and definitely do enjoy a lot when I see, lesbian movies with happy endings. So this is definitely one I would put in that category as well. And then we have Another Day, Garanzi. It is a 2026 romantic drama featuring a major lesbian romance plot. The story spends 8 years following Garanzi, a magnetic but struggling stage actress battling severe alcohol addiction and anxiety as well. Amid her hardships, she finds a fragile life through her devotion to her sick younger sister and a blemishing romance with a woman named Paulini. Following the festival run, it is scheduled to be actually released in France in September in this year. So next month it will be released in France in the theaters. And after that, we will see it, being streamed on, major streaming platforms. And I am so excited for it. All of these movies on this list, I want to watch it. But this one, because if you guys know, she is a classic actress when it comes to lesbian, movies. And I do feel like this time she will be doing her big one again. So I will definitely be staying tuned to see what it has to offer. You guys know her. I feel like everybody that watch lesbian movies, especially international lesbian movies, know how, this actress, when it comes to, lesbian content, she does her thing. And I do feel like this time she won't disappoint at all. So stay tuned for a review. Hopefully, we can find it. I can find it with English, subtitles. So yes, guys, this is the list of all the lesbian movies that I will highly recommend you all to watch and to stay tuned for this year of 2026 when it comes to lesbian content. And I also want to say thank you so much for all the love and all the support. I hope you all have enjoyed this video. Until the next video, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. If you guys know any other new movies, drop it down below in the comments. And good, guess what? Bye.